the Business of Apps podcast. We invite app industry professionals to cover various topics, and we promise to do our best to keep it both insightful and brief. In this episode, we have Yves Benchimol, CEO and co-founder of WeWard. Yves, welcome to the Business of Apps podcast.
Thanks, Artem, for having me.
Terrific. Thank you for coming, Yves. All right, first, let's set the stage. So, this episode will be a bit unusual. Previously, we covered a broad spectrum of app marketing topics that are all on people's minds. User acquisition, app retention, app monetization, app subscriptions, and so forth. Today, we're going to touch on something that unfortunately isn't appreciated as much as it should be. If you ever watched the 2020s movie The Social Dilemma, that explores the dangerous human impact of social networking, you would remember that addiction was in the heart of the issue that was movie exploring. Well, in today's episode, we will be talking about how to build apps that engage with people on a big scale, and yet they do not lead to forming an addiction. To that end, we have Yves to talk about his app WeWard as a great example. But before we dive in, Yves, let's kick off with talking about you. What is your background?
That's a very interesting topic for today. So I'm Yves Benchimol. I'm the CEO and co-founder of WeWard. So you can hear in my accent, I'm not from the US, I'm from France. Originally from south of France, a city called Nice, very beautiful city if you want to visit. And I start my career by I study engineering and applied math in a school called École Polytechnique, which is the top engineering school in France. Then I did a master in UC Berkeley in entrepreneurship and innovation. So I have this both background in business and also a technical background as an engineer. I was always passionate about tech and especially AI and applied mathematics. And in 2015, I started my first company, which was called Oxy, which was a B2B SaaS company to help retailers and brands to leverage their data using AI. This company ran for 4 years, and then I decided to stop this company. It was a kind of a profitable company, but without a huge scale. And I decided to move to B2C to build a product which is called WeWard today. I will talk about it a bit later. But I was passionate about how we can use technology to make people having good habits.
Okay, tell us about WeWard.
So WeWard is a mobile app that motivates people to increase the number of steps and be more active every day. So the concept of the app is very simple. It's kind of a step counter, but the main difference with every step counter is there is a motivational layers, which is the fact that we give rewards to people to be more active. So based on your number of steps, the more you walk and the more you will earn some coins that you can convert into cash, donation to charities, and also to gift card and some other stuff in the app. We have also a social layer in the app that will help you to compete with your friend, compete with the community to motivate you to walk more, and also a lot of gamification inside the app, inspiring by many games like Pokemon Go, Duolingo, all that famous app. And we inspire about this app to not make you learn a language or killing zombie or that kind of stuff, but to make you walk more.
I love the concept. Quick question. Do you use smartphone hardware for steps tracking or smartwatches as well?
Both. Basically, we like to say that WeWard is not a step counter. It's a motivational tool. So basically, you will connect your main step counter. So it can be Apple Health, your smartwatch, Google Fit, whatever it is. And then WeWard will help you to increase the number of steps of this device.
Understood. Now, how does WeWard balance profitability with promoting eco-friendly behaviors without encouraging unhealthy screen habits?
So we have one of our North Star metrics is the number of steps of people. So the time screen is not something we track and something we follow because people don't spend so much time into the app. You don't have to spend time into the app. You don't have like almost anything to do except like looking for your rewards and like validate your steps. So every day you have to validate your step, which means that you have to log into the app and confirm the number of steps you've done. But it's like less than 5 minutes. So we don't follow and we don't try to increase this number. What we try is to increase your number of steps. And so this is what we call the healthy habit that we try to create. It's the healthy habit to walk. And so we use and we maybe talk about it, we use like the concept to create addiction to people, but not to spend time into the app, but spend time going outside and walk. So, when I created the company, I was inspired by this famous book from Nir Eyal, which is called Hooked. And this book explains very clearly how you can create habit and how you can create addiction. And Nir Eyal said, be careful about how you will use this trick because you can use it in a good or in a bad way. And we are like this kind of companies that are trying to make people feel better. And so we're trying to use this as a good habit.
Thank you, Yves, for pointing out this very important distinction. And as far as I can see, you don't push the users to use the app more. You're kind of a purpose-driven rather than attention-driven, and I really love it. I wish other big platforms would follow your steps. One would hope they will one day. How do you ensure growth strategies like streaks enhance user well-being rather than fostering addictive behavior?
Create a habit to people is very complicated. But when you create a habit, it's very difficult also to remove. Some people say that it's more difficult to remove a bad habit than creating a good habit. So to create a good habit, you have to use the classic tricks that the brain likes. And the brain, if you read some cognitive science book, you will understand that every brain is working the same. And as you mentioned, social media is the same technique. Every games use the same technique. So we've been inspired by all that product that create habit to people to adapt this habit to create like a good habit, which is the fact that you will be more active every day. So streak is very powerful, is one of them. So we launch a streak into WeWard and the effect is very powerful in the fact that people going to the app with a much more frequency. So you can increase the frequency of people that go into the app, but the fact is like we understand that the frequency by going to the app is also linked to the number of steps, because if people use more the app, and using more the app is not like spending more time into the app, it's like going more often or that kind of stuff, then after that they will increase the number of steps because they will be hooked to the fact that they want to increase their status into the app, or to the fact that they want to increase their streak, or the fact that they want to increase their level of rewards or everything else. So yeah, the streak is very powerful, but there is also other concepts that you can put into an app that will increase the good habit of people. And it can be, of course, level, status, challenges, rewards, and rewards can be financial rewards or virtual goods, whatever it is that will create like good habit to people. But you need like people to make them like build something in their profile that will increase every day, and the streak is very powerful for that.
Well, definitely. Habits inherently aren't good or bad. It's just it depends in a specific situation what kind of habit you're getting. But creating a good habit and using the psychology to achieve it is a really powerful tool. It seems like you guys are paying a lot of attention to app user psychology, which is really great. Do you collect the feedback from your users?
Yeah, we have today the product team has people that collect feedback every day. Of course, we have, like every apps, we analyze our Apple Store and Google Play ratings. We have, of course, a consumer support team that receive a lot of feedback. I'm spending also sometimes talking with user by phone, physically, and also by email. We have an NPS into the app, a net promotion score that helps us to understand how we evolve in every country we are. So I think it's one of the most important things. And I want to mention that one of the most important things for a founder of a mobile app, and I think it's the case for every product, is to analyze feedback from people that like the app, because you will understand why they like the app, and it will help you to promote this benefit to people that don't like the app or quit the app.
Exactly. Just to make sure that you're on the same page and what you like in the app matches with what people like about the app. That's a really important thing to remember and measure. Now, how does WeWard drive behavior change that benefits both users and the planet? And what results are you most proud of?
So the fact that making people walk more has benefit for people. We all know the benefit of walking for your physical and mental health, but also benefit the planet, because if you walk, sometimes is instead of taking a car, and if you don't take your car, you will save carbon emission. So we believe that walking is good for yourself, for the others, and for the planet. To drive this impact, so we use this app, but also in the app you can be rewarded for your steps, and this reward can be given to a charity. And it's very important a concept of the app, because some people don't care about earning like few dollars per month by walking, but supporting a charity and participating to a project that makes sense, like it can be, I don't know, women in Afghanistan, a school in Nigeria, research for breast cancer, whatever it is, like humanitarian, give food to people that need. They feel that they can have an impact in the world thanks to just walking, can be also a very powerful motivational factor for people. And I'm very proud to say that since the beginning of the app, we give more than $1 million to charity. We have currently a school in Nigeria, a school in Madagascar. We support a lot of projects. It can be also like one of the examples was in Ukraine, when at the beginning of the war, we help people to get access to some food and everything else, especially for civilians. So we are trying to help people all around the world as much as we can, thanks to our business model with partners that give money for people to walk. And the number that we are the most proud about is the fact that we increased the average number of steps of people by 25%, and this to 20 million people. So we believe that it's a huge impact in the physical activity of people, and we make people in movement every day, and we will continue to increase the number of people that use the app, of course, but also to try to add motivational factors into the app that will increase the average number of steps of people.
I really love to hear what you're saying about the impact of the app, not only on people, but on the planet. And this is the reality. We all work from the offices, be it at home or somewhere in the office building, but we're kind of glued to our laptops at work. And naturally, we have less occasions to walk, and you need something as your app as a tool to motivate us to walk more. It kind of reminds me of a funny story. Years ago, I was with some of my friends. We were talking about going to the gym, which was like 5 minutes walk. And they said, okay, let's go. The guy said, okay, let's drive there. Come on, drive, 5 minutes walk. That's like a very common story. So people go to gym, but even if it's like next door, they would drive there. I'm exaggerating a little bit, but you get what I mean. So yeah, I really appreciate that your app has so big impact on people people who are using the app and on the planet at the same time. I like the way you build the app. What would you suggest to other app developers who have different kind of apps?
It depends of the stage of the app, and of course the number of users and the product market fit you already have. But if you start and if you want to launch an app, I will suggest like try to focus on the main benefit on the app. Try to learn the most simple version of the app. remove every aspect. Like the streak was not when we launched the app. The gamification was very little when we launched the app. The concept was giving reward to people for walking. So it was just a step counter and you earn 1 coin every 1,000 steps. Today, the app is well more developed with social environment, gamification, but at the beginning, we just need to verify the concept. And you can have thousands and hundreds of thousands of users with a very simple concept. You just need like to simplify as much as possible because this is where you will have the ability to test more quickly and to improve your app and to test and learn the most faster.
Great. Okay, that was it for the major topic on the table. And since it's your first time on the show, Yves, here's the second part, where every newcomer, every new guest on the show get to answer just a few quick questions so we can know you a little bit better. All right, here's question number 1. What smartphone do you have now? Have you been switching between these giants, iOS and Android, or just staying one side all the time?
No, I'm Apple fan, so only iPhone for me.
I see, all right. What is your first mobile phone, before the era of iOS and Android?
It was a Nokia 3310. I don't know if you know this one. So it was the old Nokia with this game, which is a snake, where you have to take some food for the snake to grow. It was crazy. But this smartphone for me was like a long-lasting battery. You could like you cannot break it, and the snake was crazy. So yeah, it was my first smartphone.
Of course, I remember that phone, and I would argue the snake was even more popular than Tamagotchi back then. So back to present. So imagine you left your iPhone at home. You're out. What would be the most missing feature for you at that moment?
Not counting my steps because I will lose my rewards. but no. It depends. If I'm going out with my family, it's different. If I'm going out without my family and without my kid, I think it's receiving picture of my daughter. This is so WhatsApp is the one that I will miss the most for that reason.
I see. Okay. What new technologies are you most excited about? You would like to have in your phone? Probably not something trendy or flashy, but any hardware, software, or both that will make an iPhone for you just a better tool.
The one I'm most excited about is Apple Intelligence. I'm excited to see how people will use it, how they will change their interaction with their phone, but also like how every app will integrate this kind of tool into the app. I feel that there is tons of use case. I feel that the way we will interact with each other, the way we will interact with ourselves and with our own smartphone will change a lot.
Totally agree with you, Yves. I think it's kind of a tectonic shift for the app ecosystem, the introduction of Apple Intelligence, and just like you're saying, with a very early stage right now, many things remains to be seen how they're going to pan out. And we all know that Apple Intelligence is available as of right now only in US. So it's coming up in other countries, and Europe will follow. So, and yeah, obviously every country has a different use case, because local differences on top of regular differences between age, gender, etc. So it will be very interesting how people are using the platform in real world. But yeah, totally agree with you. It's a great introduction, great application of generative AI for the platform. I really love the way Apple does it. So fingers crossed how it's going to play out in the future. Before I let you go, very, very final question. How can people get in touch with you and get more information about what you do?
So LinkedIn is the best way to reach me. I'm active on LinkedIn and you can follow some news. We have a LinkedIn for the company too, but yeah, download the app and you will follow my journey also, how the product will evolve, the different partners we are working with, and hopefully it will help you to be more active every day.
Absolutely. Yves, thank you so much for coming on the show and spending time with us. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Artem. Thank you.
Terrific. And that was Yves Benchimol, CEO and co-founder at WeWard. To listen to more episodes, subscribe to our podcast on iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, YouTube podcasts. Just search for Business of Apps and you will find us easily. Remember, we release episodes on Mondays, so subscribe and you will be able to get episodes on your smartphone, tablet, or computer as soon as we release them. And please don't forget to leave us a review or comment on iTunes. It is highly appreciated. And all episodes will also be available on businessofapps.com. Thank you for listening. See you next week.